Okay, the time has come to talk about speaker cabinet simulation and why you must have it for plugged in string instruments when you're using distorted tones of any kind, unless you really want that other sound. But we're going to A-B the sounds and you tell me what you think. So first off, I do have a Yamaha YAV. I'm plugged in to several pedal boards, and I'm going into an SWR California Blonde amp. This is not a tube amp. It's a solid state acoustic amp. They don't make them anymore, but I love this thing. Anyway, this is behaving basically like a PA system would, not a tube amp. So the thing is, a lot of string players love to plug these straight into the PA, which is great. I understand. I do it too. Right? It's a rad way to go. So when we're talking about clean tone, the difference is like, okay, it's a different sound, but they're both fine. Like right now, so I'm going to be using my Tech 21 Flyrig 5 Sans amp as a speaker cabinet and clean amp simulator in one go. So here I am. No amp simulation on. Now I'll turn it on. Arguably, those are both perfectly usable tones. Now, when we start turning on distortion, that's when there's a bigger difference. So here we go. First, distortion amp modeler speaker cabinet simulator off. Okay, let's turn that speaker cab sim on. Little A and B. There's the difference. As far as I know, there's also a small volume difference, but whatever. It's not a big deal. You can dial that in. Okay, that was all distortion and amp simulation on the Flyrig 5. Now I'm going to try some other pedals with distorted tones and use the Flyrig's cabinet simulation. I'm going to turn on the Empress Menace over here. Here we go. Speaker simulation. This does have a gate though, which is really nice. So it's really, really, really quiet when you're not playing. Okay, let's turn that cabinet sim on. Just gonna give my speaker just a tiny bit more juice here. Here's the difference. Okay, cool. Now let's try arguably one of the strangest fuzzes out there, the Game Changer Plasma Coil. Here I go. There it is, no cab sim. Here we're going to add it. I don't really consider this a usable tone in a professional setting. Except that pizzicato. Sounds, frankly, just as good as my Crusher pedal from Red Panda. But anyway, it also does have an octave feature, so now we're going to start combining a couple different sounds, see what the difference is. Now that's not bad, but it's pretty extreme, so the cabinet sim sure does temper it. Okay, we're going to come back to the plasma coil in a minute here. Let's just show, like, here's the difference. If I'm going to do octave down below, get some really low rhythm stuff. Add the cabinet sim. We'll try the Menace with our gate on, and I don't really think this pedal sounds that good with the low distortion. Oh wait, cabinet sim wasn't on. I still don't love it. Not really my favorite combination of things. I think it does better in the as-is octave. Okay. Let's just add a couple more effects, because the more effects you add at a time, the more cool things get, right? So here I am, I'm going to add some stuff like, let's get some delay going here. It really smooths out some distortion. No cab sim. Now I'm in a stadium. Got some wah. Take away the cabinet sim. That high-end stuff's gotta go. Okay, let's use a different distortion. Let's head back to our Menace, see if we like that. Cool, that takes really well to the delay. Let's add the cab sim. Okay, and my self-proclaimed gnarliest sound that I can currently make is from the Game Changer Audio plasma coil with one of their lower octave things. No cab sim. Sound ever. What does that sound like without the cab sim? Ooh, let's find out. It's not necessarily horrible, but there's just a rough edge to that high end that goes away the second I bring the cabs in. One more thing, I do have one more totally different. That was the Menace and the plasma coil combined. I thought it sounded really weird. forget to start turning the pedals off. Right. No caps in. Caps in. No caps in. Anyway, I also have an organ pedal here, and it is a cabinet simulator by default because the thing that it is emulating is the spinning speaker effect. So if I turn my my speaker sim off, and here's my Tech 21 Roto Choir pedal. That's not bad. Let's add the speaker though. Speaker off. Once you add the wah, it's actually harder to tell on this one. It just sounds a little more polished to my ears with a cabinet simulation on. So go adventuring with your pedals, y'all. Let me know what you think. Do you think cabinet simulation is as important as I think it is? Let me know.